Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us, and we are in for a treat today. We had wonderful panelists today, Professor Vishanth from University of Bradford, Professor Dr. Rabeeya Raoof from University of Lahore, Lahore Business School, and we have Professor Kamran Mahroof from University of Bradford. The purpose of our today's discussion would be to discuss this groundbreaking global alliance, academic alliance that we have done with Lahore Business School and University of Bradford. Let us discuss together what are the benefits and how this alliance can benefit the students over here, the faculty over here, and the students over there in Bradford University. I would request my panelists to introduce themselves because it would be wonderful to hear about you, and my audience will love to see that to whom they are talking to and to whom they are listening to.
Thank you very much, Dr. Naveen, and it's a real pleasure to be here in Lahore and the beautiful city and the wonderful campus at University of Lahore. My name is Vishanth Dr. I'm a professor of digital governance at University of Bradford and the Associate Pro Vice Chancellor for Global Engagement and Partnerships. So I came into academia in 2002 after spending around 10 years in industry and doing my PhD. Well, I was still working at IBM at that time when I did my PhD, and something clicked, and I said I want to do more than work in the corporate world and go into academia to make a contribution, to share knowledge, to contribute to education and to inspire young people. So that's my story. I did a PhD, and here I am, 25 years later, doing research into digital transformation. I've had many roles in academia, leading academic studies, looking after industrial work placements, and then managing resources and planning, looking after international, being a dean of one of the largest faculties in the university, and then my current role as Associate Pro Vice Chancellor. I have a real passion for supporting young people, particularly in terms of developing programs and curricula that is industry focused, skills based, because I think many students, young people, when they come into university, don't have a very clear idea of where their careers are going to head, particularly in the field of broad fields of management, business education. So I have a passion for developing skills in graduates, and my role here, I guess, is to work with these dynamic people, your colleagues, Professor Rabeeya and others at University of Lahore, to help facilitate this wonderful, groundbreaking and unique partnership where it's a real partnership. True. It's not a partnership that's going to be based on just some students coming to study in the UK, but sharing of curriculum, co-creating of curriculum, and working together to understand the needs of the students in Pakistan and to support those needs to become real global citizens.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Professor Vishanth. Over to Professor Rabeeya. Would love to hear about you and what you have to say about this groundbreaking global academic alliance that we have.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Professor Dr. Rabeeya Raoof. I'm Dean of Faculty of Management Sciences. And under this faculty, we've got 4 departments. Lahore Business School is one of those. I've been with this university since its very inception. And Mr. M.A. Raoof, who was the founder of this university, basically, he just passed away in September. And I'm a proud daughter of such a personality who was behind the establishment of this institution. So I was the first one amongst the family to move to Lahore for this project in October 99. I came here, and sitting right next to one of the famous academician and philanthropist, Professor Dr. M.H. Qazi, we, both of us, worked for the first admissions and the establishment of the whole system. Then, working hard, we got the charter by 2001. Department of Management Sciences was the first, amongst the first one in the university to got established. The first admission starting from we got 500 students in 99, and after 25 years of this journey, now we have got 50,000 students in this system. So it's a journey of hardships, hard work, dedication, and motivation, and a lot of other things that we are here today. I'm very thankful to Professor Vishanth and Professor Kamran for helping us out with this breakthrough of this sort of this is a very great achievement that we've got into an agreement with such noble and such famous institution in the UK. Bradford is basically a triple crown university, and we've got into agreement with Bradford. We will discuss the nature of the agreement later, but the thing we were focusing at as a university was to facilitate our students to move into different institutions across the globe through our system.
Very true.
As you know that due to some economic issues within Pakistan, our graduates are not able to get proper jobs and proper opportunities after graduating in the market. And a lot of them are trying to move abroad for looking at the opportunities. And in doing so, they end up going into wrong places, into such institutions which are not up to the mark according to the international rankings and all. And students themselves, they don't have the idea where to go to and who to look up to. So we as an institution decided to go for that and help them out with their decisions for the future. So that was the whole idea that we approached Bradford, and we've been working for this MoU for the past 2 years now. And finally, we've got it done. They came here and we signed that MoU.
Great.
And this is the whole brief of the story,
thank you.
that how we got it done.
Thank you very much for sharing with us the whole journey, especially talking about Sir Raoof. I believe personally that he is one of his kind in term of social entrepreneur. The legacy he have left and the journey that he started with a very humble background, and the way he end up his journey, mashallah, it's a legendary work, and it's an example for all of us in academics.
I'm so proud to work with him hands in hands together with my father at each and every step. I've been into so many roles in the university. I started as a student counselor, as a student coordinator, then moving up to this position of dean. I've been working as the controller of examination. I've learned so much from him, and the learning is tremendous.
Excellent. Professor Kamran, thank you very much for joining us. I would love to hear your life story, your education, your role at Bradford. That we are very proud to have partnership with you. Thank you.
Sure, thank you so much. So my name is Kamran Mahroof. I'm an associate professor in supply chain analytics. And at the University of Bradford, I lead our flagship program, MSc Applied Artificial Intelligence and Data Analytics, which I believe will be subject of the discussions today as well. So just a little bit of a backdrop to myself then. So I'm in fact third generation British national, of course, with the Pakistani background and heritage. In fact, my mother was also born in the UK. My grandfather, God bless his soul, migrated from Azad Kashmir to the UK in pursuit of livelihood, and he settled in a small town in Yorkshire called Halifax, which is directly beside Bradford. He was he was a great man, and he instilled, I think I would say, a lot of the good values that we try to exhibit today. Hardworking, perseverance. When there are challenges, you don't shy away from them. You meet the challenge and you give it your, you give it your full effort. And kind of, of course, then, going forward, all these years later, I think we are representing their struggles, their strives in different ways, right? And we always find spirit, motivation, energy in seeing some of the stuff that they faced as challenges, and how they overcame them. And I always say this, and the reason why I'm kind of setting off from this direction is my role into academia is probably not a traditional route, because in fact when I was in high school I was actually permanently excluded from school, believe it or not. So not many people actually not many people actually know that.
Being very honest from your side.
It is, yeah. And I just want to be frank and open, because if you do face challenges in life but you stay focused and you have a support network around you, then you could achieve some amazing things. And this is what I wanted to really do in academia. Working at the University of Bradford, we have a lot of students that are local to the city. A lot of them who I resonate with, a lot of them with Pakistani background and heritage. And it's really trying to say to them that there are opportunities, and if you want opportunities, there's no better place than an institution like the University of Bradford. I did my undergraduate at Bradford in the business school. I then went to work in industry, in Morrison's and a host of other organizations in supply chain, which really grew my interest for understanding processes and sort of the role of data in driving those processes. I then came back to the university to do my PhD. And I'm still at Bradford University.
Excellent.
So, it's kind of the full circle for me. And I think those things are very important, because then you feel, it's not just a job. You are doing this because you have a sense of belonging. And I really have that sense of belonging. And this partnership is an example of us then trying to take things to a completely different realm and new horizons.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you very much. It would be very interesting to talk to Kamran, because my audience will definitely understand, because you have connection with Pakistan, you understand the culture, the values, and the economic setup especially. Because the whole purpose, Professor Vishanth, is to talk to our audience, to share with our audience that yes, Lahore Business School, one of the top business schools in Pakistan, and there on the other side, University of Bradford, a Triple Crown University. For my audience, Triple Crown is about, I think, one of its kind. Very less universities across the globe have this prestigious accreditation. That is about ACSP, AMBA, and ACWIS. So Bradford being a Triple Crown University, Lahore Business School in Pakistan, trying their level best to change the whole system in towards tech-driven education and all. It's wonderful to hear that how both great institutions have joined hand together. To just start with our discussion for the audience, I was thinking when Kamran was talking about AI, when Kamran was talking about supply chain, and when Professor Vishanth was talking about his career, when I was thinking about a young girl, a young boy from Pakistan origin, in a college, in a university, what they will be thinking at home, and when they will listen to us, how they're planning for their career. So when a university in Pakistan and a university in UK have joined hands, how this collaboration for the students, those who have done their intermediate from a college in Pakistan, and then they have done their degree from a university, will benefit. How this MoU, basically the scope of this MoU, what actually has been signed, and how the students of University of Lahore and the university across Pakistan, the students studying over there can benefit from this MOU?
That's a very good question, Dr. Naveen. Actually, just if you reflect on South Asia as a whole, we have been quite late in South Asia to collaborate with the global institutions, whether it's in research, whether it's in academia, whether it's in industry. There's no question that we are living in a very global world.
Yeah.
And whether you live in Pakistan, whether you live in the UK, or whether you live in China, you are a global citizens.
Right.
We talked about supply chains, we talk about AI, we talk about any business. It's all connected. If you take an iPhone, the parts of an iPhone is manufactured globally. So what we need to now think of is a global mindset in South Asia. We have been late in doing that. If you look at the European Union, for example, it's collaboration of all European countries. To bring together trade, to bring together research, academia. So what I think is really important for our students in South Asia, particularly in Pakistan, if you look at emerging economies, they have some of the most talented young people. Okay, Pakistan has the fourth largest freelance economy. That just shows creativity, innovation. What the country currently, I guess, lacks is that industrial development to cater for these hungry young people who get educated. There are not enough jobs in not just Pakistan, but most emerging economies. So if you look at the UK, the unemployment rate among graduates is around 3.5%. It's been hovering around that. And if you look at Pakistan, it's around 30% unemployment among graduates. So what we want to do through this partnership is to allow our students in South Asia the opportunity to benefit from the global employment market, but global education market as well, because traditionally, the emerging economies, and particularly in South Asia, we have adopted the system of very traditional rote learning. I'm really glad that University of Lahore is becoming, and the programs, when I look at some of your programs, it's got analytics going right through the business and management programs. That's exactly what we need, because we've got to move with the times. And at Bradford, we have been very good at looking at and forward thinking, because remember, a graduate coming into university is going to graduate 3 to 4 years after they start, and by that time,
this is a wonderful combination of philosophy of both institutions.
Absolutely, because things begin to move, and you got to focus on the future, because your graduates will be 4 years into your studies when they come up, and the job market can change. Yeah. So I think we are constantly evolving, and two institutions that have the same mindset. When I met Professor Rabeeya and the team, I saw that futuristic thinking which we follow at Bradford. And as you mentioned, in Bradford we have the oldest management school, but across the university we have the first pharmacy department. We set up the first peace studies department in the world, and in engineering, for example, all our programs are professionally accredited. We constantly look at whether it's mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, or whether it's civil engineering. We look at what the world is, what the trends in the world, and constantly work with industry partners. So I think this partnership will allow a strong base for Pakistani graduates at University of Lahore, starting their life, the foundations, and then springboard them into the UK system, where they will be exposed to a more European international setup, and truly allow them to become global citizens. That's the idea.
That's very true, very true, very true. Thank you very much.